What if Himawari absorbed some of Kurama's power when she knocked him out? And at the inauguration of becoming Hokage. That would be interesting.
That'd be wild. It's funny
sense.
enough that I wouldn't even mind it.
Bro,
Don't
how
you
many
tag
times
the
did
chakra
Sasuke
points
punch
with your
Naruto
chakra?
in the stomach?
No, like no, her gentle fist is specific though. Like you
Yeah,
your
just say
own
like her
chakra
lock-on
to
mode.
cut it off.
Okay, sure.
Like her
Sasuke didn't
lock-on mode
punch
not only
Kurama,
turns
but,
off your chakra, but it also absorbs your chakra.
like Sasuke, literally in the final fight, the last thing he does against Naruto is absorb Kurama's chakra straight out of the seal. Like Sasuke should have the 9 tails way more than Himawari should, if that's the case.
Yeah, I don't think that should be
like
permanent. That's a good point.
less
I think for
Otsutsuki
Himawari, it
than
has
her,
to be a
though.
birth thing for why it's permanent.
I mean, she's pretty much like a Otsutsuki, like damn near like 90%, bro.
She's got the genetic lottery.
And a fucking inbred swine.
The Otsutsuki don't.
Really, the only impurity about her is fucking Naruto, to be honest.
But even then, he's got Tail's power going through her veins. Ashura chakra going through
How do
her
they not have
veins.
6 paths chakra? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
how the inheriting chakra
all
works.
9-tailed beasts going through her veins.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird, bro. Like, why does Sarda not have 6 paths chakra? And like, shouldn't giving birth like nerf you, unless it just like copies your chakra?
That's why I don't think
it's
Himawari
more
got
like
it from
copies
birth.
your chakra.
Like Kamui seems to think it has to be the case, but like I don't think it happened. I don't think.
No, she has elements of this from birth. I'm not saying everything was necessarily there. For example, like I said, we don't know for sure if that tiny Kurama soul was always inside Himawari. If it wasn't, it could easily be a thing where when Kurama's chakra left Naruto, his soul transferred to Himawari. If it was always there, then it was always there. In either case, Himawari had from birth whatever she needed to house Kurama's soul, is what I'm saying.
There's no explanation
whether
they could
Kurama's
have
was
to
there
be
before.
satisfied with. Not there from birth.
See, but you already got it baked in your mind that there's just nothing they can do.
You just don't like it.
It's
You
not
didn't
because of
want
that,
this to
Mello.
be a
It's because
thing.
I've already thought about it. There's no explanation that's going to make sense to me. I don't care which explanation they go with, unless it's brand new.
Like, she was born with for example, Kinkaku and Ginkaku got the same whisker fox marks. And I doubt they were born with it for whatever reason before then. It's kind of implied that they got that from having Kurama's chakra integrated into their bodies the way it was. If Himawari's born that way, even if she doesn't have as much as Kinkaku and Ginkaku, it's like, well, she's got something.
That doesn't mean it's genetics. That could just be a chakra-based thing.
And she got it through her parents when they freaking smashed and had kids. That's genetics.
Okay, I don't think it's genetics.
Like in a way,
you know what genetics are?
In a way, like Naruto, Boruto, and Himawari, like they're like human, but they're also like humanoid biju. Where they have like a mix of things. Like, cause like you like that's not how DNA works. Like you just don't get like genetic characteristics that your parents don't have unless there's like a fucking mutation occurs. Like they literally have whiskers, and that has to be like genetics. It's a genetic characteristic, it's a genetic trait of Kurama in particular.
Well, of Naruto.
So.
But
even if you want to say it's only because of his chakra, Oodie, the point is she inherited his chakra through genetics.
Bro, it just doesn't make sense. I don't care how you spin it.
How does that make sense?
No, it makes
bro.
sense. You just don't like it. Like,
no, Naruto isn't influencing Naruto's genetics.
Naruto got blonde hair because of his dad's genetics. It's the same thing.
Kurama has his own soul.
Okay, you agree that they get their parents? They get their parents' chakra, right? That is a thing that occurs.
I think they have their own chakra.
Am I mistaken there? So they don't inherit their parents' chakra.
They can inherit their parents' bloodline, not their chakra.
They inherit elements of their parents' chakra, at the very least.
Their bloodline, like their DNA.
For example, Hagoromo clearly inherited. I mean, it's like, you love Kaguya so much. Her whole character arc is, oh no, my sons inherited all of my chakra. I need it back. Like, what do you think about that?
Bro, that's just what she's freaking saying. Plus, it is Kaguya's chakra anyways. At the end of the day, it's all Kaguya's chakra.
She did inherit her chakra. She didn't lose it. I don't think Kaguya lost her chakra. Like, oh, it never came back. I don't think that. I think that's just her thinking that. It belongs to her. But Hagoromo undoubtedly inherited power from his mother.
Like, the theme of that arc is that it was their own chakra.
But what is Sarada's Sharingan?
But
Like,
they
it's just like
inherited it.
it's Sasuke's Sharingan, just a lesser
No, it's
version.
definitely Sarada's
'Cause
own
there's literally
Sharingan.
there's no
So
other Uchiha at play but Sasuke, and she inherited his genetics to awaken that like eye.
Yeah, to awaken
Like
her eye.
it has to be his. But I'm
Udy,
just
I
saying,
don't
like
think you're.
it
But
has
it's
to be
her
like his thing.
genetics.
I
Udy.
know, but
Both are true.
what
Okay,
is that comprised of?
it's not complicated. Both are true at the same time. It is Sarada's genetics. It's her chakra. How did she get her genetics? From her parents. She inherited her parents' information because that's how it works.
Yes.
So it's both. So Sarada got it from her parents. It is her Sharingan that she inherited from her father's genetics.
Yeah.
The same thing applies. So, for example, with Kurama's chakra, though, when I say she has Kurama, it's integrated into Himawari. So Himawari's chakra consists of elements of Kurama's chakra that was inherited through her father's genetics, the same way as there's Naruto mixed into Himawari, the same way that there's Hinata mixed into Himawari.
You're just
Basically,
saying that
Kurama's
it
like a
doesn't make
third dad.
sense. Because Naruto's soul and Himawari's soul isn't inside Himawari. Kurama's own soul is inside Himawari. Himawari shouldn't be able to talk to Kurama's soul within her body.
I understand. Oodie. Okay, for example, Kurama's chakra in this sense is the same as Himawari's bluish hair for Hinata. Okay, the same as the Byakugan. It's just a thing she got from Naruto because Kurama was inside Naruto.
Yeah, and she can't talk to her blue eyes inside her own body because her blue eyes don't have a soul.
And I said the soul thing. Oh my god, it's not complicated, Oodie. Okay, this is why I said I don't think Kurama's soul was always there. I think it went to her after he left Naruto. So before, she just had Kurama-like things within her that she inherited. But because of that, when Kurama's soul left Naruto, I think it went to Himawari because that's where pretty much all of his chakra was left. Kind of like how Orochimaru's not always freaking in the Anko's curse mark watching all the time, but when he was sealed in the Totsuka blade, he went to Anko.
I actually think
makes sense.
he was in Anko's curse mark. I ain't gonna hold you. Because
I mean, like, you can say that's fine. Orochimaru's a little bit different because he's kind of like everywhere. That's kind of implied that he's always everywhere.
But I get your point. Like, there's like it's almost like reanimation jutsu. Like, you need a certain amount of like DNA to bring like a soul back. It's like she kind of met the requirements because she kind of is his offspring. Like, she kind of is Kurama's offspring to a certain degree, in the way like Naruto kind of Kurama's offspring, because he literally has Naruto has like genetic characteristics of 3 people, if you want to consider Kurama people, which would be like Minato, obviously, Kushina, and then Kurama. And he gives birth.
Yeah, he's like the third dad or the second dad, I guess.
That's his grandchild.
The third
dad.
Himawari's
like his grandkid.
I don't know, I think you're
Naruto still has his whiskers after losing Kurama. Naruto lost Kurama, he still has his whiskers. Naruto doesn't.
Because it's genetic. That's why. It's because it's genetic. That's why he
still
has
Yeah. So why doesn't he gain more Kurama chakra? He doesn't have Kurama's soul. Why doesn't he gain Kurama's chakra? Like Himawari before, apparently.
What do you mean?
I don't know if Himawari gained Kurama's chakra. She may have.
But it's from Naruto's genetics.
She might have the same.
It's from Naruto's genetics. It's integrated into her, just like it's integrated into Naruto. So Naruto still has Kurama's genetics.
Yeah.
So why doesn't Naruto have Kurama's chakra?
Yeah, he still has it.
Maybe he has like a portion of his chakra. Maybe he doesn't have enough genetics for that like portion to like be significant. Like, there's a lot of different.
Well, also, I mean, if Kurama has any say in the matter, he's certainly not going to want to go to Daikokuden.
I mean, do you take the anime of Sakura saying that Naruto has no Kurama chakra?
Bro, the anime and the manga, they're 2 different plots, 2 different stories. I don't even care anymore. I don't trust anything in the anime has to say with the manga anymore.
It's simple, bro. Like, dude has genetic characteristics that his parents don't have. Like, Kushina has no whiskers. Minato has no whiskers. So why did that manifest?
Bro, I don't think that's even a genetic characteristic. I think that's a byproduct of the chakra, because the whiskers grow larger when he uses more Kurama chakra.
Kushina would have them in base, but that's the thing. Kushina would have it in base at all times if that was the case.
Why?
So like when Ginkaku and them eat like the flesh,
because she has his chakra.
So,
like They get physical characteristics of the Nine Tails.
Okay.
They like by some mechanic that they didn't go into, like they didn't specify. Like they
just ate
integrated
his
his
flesh,
flesh within, like something about their genetics, perhaps utilized that flesh in a way that manifested the genetic characteristics of Kurama. I don't know. They never specify why.
Yeah, they literally grew horns and shit. Like we don't know that.
Yeah, like they speculated that they're descendants of like the Sage of the Six Paths, which gets you to the Otsutsuki shit. But yeah, so like they never specify why mechanically it happened. We just know that it did. But no matter what, like those are genetic characteristics that like manifest themselves. The whiskers, like that's, well, DNA. Like you have to account for that, bro.
Like in Oodie, the only characters we've seen with the whisker marks are, besides Kinkaku and Gikure, Naruto, Himawari, and Boruto, people who were born as children of a Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Mino and Kushina, who just became, or even Edo Minato, who became Nine-Tails Jinchuriki afterwards, that weren't born as the son of one, don't gain the whisker marks, but the people born with it do. And then Kinkaku and Ginkaku is like a weirdo situation that's never going to get explained.
It's all a weirdo explanation that's never going to explain, because it doesn't have an explanation, one that's consistent or makes sense.
That's crazy. You just don't.
Bro, the genetics thing is not hard to understand. I don't know why you like, bro. Like you hate genetics or something.
You're right, Kamui. It's not hard to understand. So why aren't you understanding it?
Yeah, bro's got a beef. His genetics teacher in college is probably like it, so he's just got a grudge against him.
You refuse to accept logic, Kamui. Apparently, it's my problem.
It's not complicated logic. I took genetic classes. I understand it.
Bro, Kinkaku and Ginkaku's genetics didn't change when they consumed Kurama.
Bro, I didn't say that. So look, it doesn't need to be exclusively genetics. I think that in Kinkaku and Giku's case, though, for whatever reason, eating Kurama's flesh integrated the chakra of Kurama into their bodies and chakra pool differently from just sealing Kurama inside yourself. It did something different, something that's more similar to Himawari than it is to Kushina.
Yeah,
and then like the story kind of like, the story actually implies that there's a genetic component there because they call into question their lineage.
Yeah, so Himawari currently has the Nine-Tails chakra. I don't think she has Nine-Tails genetics from birth.
When we say Nine-Tails genetics, we just mean like she has features resulting. So it's not that like Kurama's freaking got inside her. It's that Naruto had Kurama's chakra. Naruto's chakra pool is part of his genetic information that gets passed down to his child.
Prove that.
Because Kurama is part of that, it gets passed down to. Why would it not? It does for every other character. How do you think? Like it's clearly stated with Hagoromo that Kaguya's power and her chakra was passed down to the next generation.
Yeah, her power and chakra, not her genetics.
I think it's just genetics.
Through the genetics.
I think it actually is just genetics. Like I think whatever mechanic that wasn't explained because the Jinchuriki was like pregnant, or like Naruto was developing within like the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, his mother.